Congratulations! You've just requested my free For Sale by Owner ebook. It describes my complete program for working with For Sale by Owners. The ebook walks you step by step through my exclusive program. There's a bunch of reasons why sellers became a For Sale by Owner in the first place, and it has a lot to do with their perception that agents don't add value. You have to become skilled at overcoming their objections so they choose to work with you. My ebook will introduce you to a radically different approach than the one the rest of the real estate industry is taking. Instead of badgering For Sale by Owners to list with you, I want to teach you to give them something of value first, without any expectations in return, and then I want you to watch what happens. You're going to get For Sale by Owners to list with you without spending much time or money. They're already motivated to sell. Not only am I going to show you how to overcome their objections to get their listing, I'm going to show you how to get them to ask you to list their home. I have to tell you, I like For Sale by Owners. Here's a story about a For Sale by Owner I worked with a few years ago. These notes are straight out of my contact management system. I'll give you the abbreviated version of the story. See, I used my For Sale by Owner program to find my way to a classic For Sale by Owner who didn't want to pay an agent because he didn't perceive any value in return. So I gave him some free help. Then he gave up trying to sell his own house, and I got the listing. I made $9,290 on the sale. Do you think that compensated me for the time that I'd spent helping him for free? I sure do. There are a lot of myths about working with For Sale by Owners, and as agents, we can't buy into these myths. Some think that For Sale by Owners won't consider using an agent. Their first choice was not to use an agent, but statistically over 80% of them end up using an agent to sell their home. Most agents think For Sale by Owners are difficult to convert into listings, but I believe they're only difficult if you don't understand their viewpoint and where they are coming from. Get to know them and help them without expecting anything in return. Some agents think For Sale by Owners won't pay buyer's commission, but they will, as long as you show them the value of working with you. And somehow we're of the opinion that For Sale by Owners are really savvy business people who know exactly what they're doing. But unless they have done it many times, their experience of selling their own home is very limited. They can be smart business people, but that doesn't make them good at selling their own home. The fact is, For Sale by Owners really struggle with the basics. Check out these amazing facts that the National Association of Realtors put out a few years ago. So what do? I help them with their struggles. The fact is, they need the help. This is a challenging industry, and you know our job as an agent is anything but simple. And mistakes, like a poorly written contract or a bad negotiation, can cost a seller a lot of money. Sellers want to reduce their risk, and I know I can help them. Besides, they're the best kind of seller you can find. One who is highly motivated, as evidenced by the fact that they're willing to attempt it on their own. Let's make this painfully simple. For Sale by Owners have chosen not to work with an agent because they don't perceive value. They don't think they will get enough value in return for the commission they have to pay. So how have I solved this problem? I give them value. I give them what they are lacking, advice and guidance on how to sell their home. The very thing they should be getting by working with an experienced professional agent. Do you see how much sense this makes? And the thing I give them that's chock full of great service. The number one most important component of my entire For Sale by Owner program is my For Sale by Owner home selling guide. 16 pages of content describing the 10 insider tips that every For Sale by Owner should know when they sell their own home. Topics like preparing themselves with all the necessary legal documents and pre-qualifying their prospects. Do you know that most For Sale by Owners say after reading this book? They say, oh my gosh, I had no idea I was responsible for all these things. Maybe the idea of doing this myself wasn't such a great idea after all. Why do you think this simple For Sale by Owner home selling guide works? I'll give you my experience. Besides scaring them to death, once they realize all they're responsible for, you're giving them something of value. That's the one thing they never expected from an agent, and you're asking for nothing in return. That's the second thing they never expected from an agent. It makes them rethink their opinions of real estate agents and starts a dialogue. So when they give up on the whole For Sale by Owner idea, they call you because you're the only one that gave them the value that they didn't feel that you tried to pressure them into listing with you. You've built trust, and you get a shot at bringing the buyer and doing both sides of the deal. Pretty cool, huh? I'm telling you, with this little bit of effort, you can get at least one For Sale by Owner to list with you each month and be well on your way to turning 5 hours a month into $63,000 a year in commission. That's what Steve Kennelly is doing. From a single For Sale by Owner listing, he picked up 2 additional listings and several buyers. Other products selling for hundreds of dollars don't address this basic For Sale by Owner issue with agents. The For Sale by Owner home selling guide normally sells for $97. If you were to try to do this on your own, You'd have to spend hours and hours creating the materials. But you're not going to invest $97. Not today. Today only, you get the number one most important component of my For Sale by Owner program, guaranteed to help you win at least one new listing each month for $7. That's right, the ridiculously low price of $7. Hundreds of hours of research and testing and results behind it. And I'm offering it to you today for just $7. That's about the price of a hamburger and a drink. Or to put it another way, if you got just one new listing with a $5,000 commission, that would be a 715 times return on your investment. $7 to get thousands and thousands of dollars in additional commission. You get to download the entire document, ready to print and present to every For Sale by Owner in your market. And I'll give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you invest in the For Sale by Owner home selling guide and don't think you got the value you expected, I'll refund your investment. No questions asked, so you have zero risk. You want listings? Just click on that order button below and go get a listing from a For Sale by Owner.